Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing some lip swatches on some drugstore lipsticks that I recently purchased. I thought it'd be helpful to do some swatches on my hand as well as on my lips, just so you get an idea of what the colors look like on the lips rather than just in the tube, because a lot of times when you buy products either online or even in the store, when you look at the lipstick just from the tube, you don't always know what the color is going to look like. And also I'm going to review some of the formulas so you have an idea of what each shade looks like on the lips and how it goes on and how it wears and everything. I'm going to be swatching some drugstore lipsticks today from the brands NYX, L'Oreal, Maybelline, and Revlon. So if you would like to see more, then please keep watching. So the first shade I'm going to be putting on is L'Oreal's lipstick in the shade Fairest Nude. So this is how the Fairest Nude shade looks on the back of my hand. So this is Fairest Nude again on my lips, and I've never used L'Oreal's lipstick before, but the smell is okay. It doesn't smell good, but doesn't really smell too bad. Like, I would be okay wearing it. It smells a little bit like drugstore lipstick, but it's not too bad. And I think their packaging is really pretty with the gold container and everything. I would say that this color is more of a, I mean, yeah, it is a nude, but it's definitely very pink, and I wouldn't think it's that fair. It's a very pink nude, but it is a pretty color. I like it, and it has kind of a cream finish, like a satin finish. It's not super shiny, but it's not matte. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Best Damn lip mask before I put on the next lipstick because there are some matte shades in here and I don't want my lips to get too dry. Next shade I'm going to try out is Maybelline's Touch of Spice, and this is a matte formula. So this is right here is Touch of Spice. That's how it looks on my hand. It's definitely a lot darker, and it's matte in comparison to this one, which is more of a cream or satin finish. So I'm going to try that on my lips right now. So this is how Touch of Spice looks on the lips, and it hasn't dried yet, so you can't really tell that it's a matte finish. I just put that lip mask on under my lips. I do like this color though. It's very pretty. It's a dark nude, I would say. It's very pink, but it has a little bit of brown to it. I think it's a really pretty color. This one has less of a smell to it than the L'Oreal one. Oh, and another thing about the L'Oreal one is the formula seemed pretty good. It wasn't patchy or anything, but I do like the smell of this one better. I don't like the packaging for the Maybelline one because it's like, it looks pretty cheap. I think the L'Oreal packaging looks a lot nicer. It hasn't dried down to a matte though, so I'm guessing that if you want it to look matte, don't put a lip balm underneath it, because I feel like it's gonna take a long time for it to dry, because it definitely looks shiny right now. It doesn't look matte at all. But on the back of my hand, it looked matte right away, and that was just the lipstick on its own. So the next two shades I'm going to use are both the brand Revlon. The first one I'm going to try out is the shade Primrose, and it's a cream finish. So right here is Primrose. That's how it looks on the back of my hand, and as you can see, it's shiny. It has a cream finish to it. So this is how the shade Primrose looks on the lips. It's a very kind of cool toned pink, and it has a cream finish, so it's shiny. I do like the formula for this Revlon lipstick. Since it is a light color though, it does have pigmentation to it, but I did have to go over my lips a bunch of times to get this much color. The next shade from Revlon is the shade Plumalicious, and this is a pearl formula, and it's a pretty dark kind of like plum shade. So right here is Plumalicious. So this is how Plumalicious looks on the lips. I think the Revlon lipstick has the least amount of scent compared to the L'Oreal and the Maybelline lipsticks. So the rest of the lipsticks I'm going to swatch and try on are all the brand NYX Cosmetics. I have two of their butter lipstick formulas. So the first one is in the shade Snack Shack. Right down here is the shade Snack Shack from NYX. So this is how the shade Snack Shack looks on my lips. I really like this shade, and I love this formula. And it has like pretty much no smell to it. And I just really like this formula, and the color is so pretty. I think it's kind of like the perfect nude, but it's like a dark nude. I think this shade would look really good on most skin tones. So the next shade is the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Ripe Berry. So this is the shade right down here. So this is how the shade Ripe Berry from NYX looks on the lips. Just like the other NYX lipstick I tried on, I really like this formula. I think this color is really pretty. It's a pretty berry color, but it's not too dark or out there where I think it's very wearable. Okay, the next shade from NYX is their matte formula, and the color is Euro Trash. And this is the shade right over here. So this is how the shade Euro Trash looks on my lips. And this matte formula doesn't smell bad either. It feels pretty drying on the lips, but I mean, that's to be expected with a matte lipstick. But I really like this color. It's like, I feel like all the shades I'm swatching are very similar, but this color is really pretty. It's kind of like a mauve nude. The next two shades from NYX don't have a specific formula written on them, so I guess they're just their original formula. So the first shade I'm going to swatch is called Pumpkin Pie. So down here is the shade Pumpkin Pie, and it's a pretty kind of like nudie peachy orange shade. So for this one, this is the first one I'm trying on that I don't really like how it goes on. I do really like this color, but I had to layer on so much product to get this much color on my lips, and it does kind of look patchy. So I think this would work better if you maybe put a lip liner underneath it and then went on top with this. It definitely feels very moisturizing, doesn't feel drying or anything like that. So the next shade from NYX is called Snow White. So this is like so pigmented. I only had to swipe it a couple times across my hand right here. It's a very dark red. So this is how the shade Snow White looks on the lips. It's a very dark red, but I think it's really pretty. The formula of this one, I mean, all the NYX ones I've tried so far are so creamy, and this one especially, the pigmentation is so pigmented and it just goes on so easily. Okay, the next two shades are from the NYX Turnt Up collection of lipsticks. So the first color I'm going to try is called Burlesque. So the Burlesque shade is right over here. In comparison to the Snow White shade, which is right here, this is actually very similar. They look pretty identical, so I'll just see how they look on the lips. So this is how the shade Burlesque looks on the lips. It looks very similar to the other shade I just did, Snow White. Okay, the last shade I'm going to be swatching is in the color Wine and Dine. So right here is the shade Wine and Dine. It's a kind of like berry shade. So this is how the shade Wine and Dine looks on the lips. It's a very dark, kind of like a berry purple color, and I like this color. It's not as wearable as the other ones because it is so dark, but if you're going for a berry shade, I think this is perfect. So that completes this video, and my favorite overall as far as formula and color goes would have to be this one on my lips right now, and it is the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Snack Shack. I just think the formula is super creamy. It's so pigmented. I think this color is really pretty. Just a very wearable nude shade. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!